Aston Villa 2, Liverpool 2. Two massive points dropped by Liverpool as Arsenal are now 8 points behind, but do have a game in hand over Arne Slot's men. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. Yes, it was another frustrating night for Liverpool at Villa Park last night. Aston Villa battled hard and managed to come out with a 2-2 draw. But that doesn't exactly tell the full entirety of the story. In my opinion, it is two massive points dropped by Liverpool, given the context of the game, given the amount of golden opportunities Liverpool had created for themselves to get the job done on the night. And it's the usual culprits that are again at fault for Liverpool's poor display. We're going to be talking about Liverpool's 2-2 draw last night. We're going to be talking about the performance, the result, and everything else in between. But before we go any further and discussing all of that and much more, I would like to remind you all to please like the video and also subscribe if you are new. Both things are always and forever be greatly appreciated. Get involved in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings about Liverpool's performance, the result, the title race, or anything else that you want to talk about in regards to Liverpool Football Club. I'm sure it'll make for great and interesting reading, so please do use and abuse that comment section, people, and get involved in the conversation. Right, now that that's out of the way and done with, let's get on with the video. Let's talk Liverpool, let's talk the performance, the result last night at Villa Park. Look, I have slightly mixed feelings again about this result. The ultra positive side of me wants to say we've got a point on the board. If Arsenal win their game in hand, they're still only 5 points away from us. It's not a bad result away at Villa Park. Not many teams go there and win. In fact, I think Arsenal are the only team to go away from home at Villa Park and win this season. I could be wrong in saying that, but I know they have a very good home record. So, part of me wants to say it's not a terrible result. But given the context of the game, given the way that we had a fair few good opportunities to put the game well within our hands, to put us in a winning position, I can't be happy with how the game went. I can't be happy with just a point. And in my opinion, it is two massive points dropped. And I don't know about you, but last night's game was so reminiscent of the end of last season. It was actually unbelievable how much it sort of replicated towards the end of last season. The collapse that we suffered with, the sort of running out of energy, running out of steam that we suffered throughout the end of last season. It was so much like that. It was just amusing to me how much it replicated just the end of last season. It was a case of us having individual errors which cost us. Once again, we were the makers of our own downfall. Now, don't get me wrong, Aston Villa did battle for a point and they were worthy of, at the very least, a point, in my opinion. But if we hadn't have given them just individual mistakes, individual errors, we could have easily won that game last night. But again, we don't take our chances in the final third. We concede stupid opportunities at the other end. We don't defend properly ourselves. Set pieces, again, are another problem. Whether we're defending them or whether we're attacking them, we don't have a potent threat in the opposition box, and we seemingly panic whenever the ball goes into our own penalty area. It was such an open game last night, end to end. We had the better of the opportunities, but we just didn't take them. All of those things are so reminiscent to last season. It makes me start to think that maybe this isn't going to go the way that I was hoping and expecting. Maybe there is another sting and twist in the tail in which obviously Arsenal come back from this. Liverpool drop their lead from this point, because we haven't played well since the end of 2024. We've not played well in 2025, let's be real. We really haven't. Ryan Gravenberch in the past few games has gone off the boil. Our midfield are so easy to play through. And the only, the least said about the likes of Diogo Jota and Darwin Núñez and even Luis Diaz's cameo appearance. I know he actually did have a cameo appearance last night. Not that you would have actually known because he was just that anonymous. We haven't played well since the end of 2024 consistently. We may have had the odd 1 or 2 games here and there, but we've not played well in 2025. So I wonder we're still ahead the way that we are, and that obviously we're difficult to beat. Because again, that's another positive that I'm trying to put on this. But we have such a good opportunity to extend our lead at the top of the table. We have such a good opportunity to put more pressure and intensify the pressure on Arsenal. But we just let it slip again. It's annoying, it's frustrating, and like I said before, it's the usual suspects that you would expect that are letting us down. Defensively, like I say, our midfield just seems to be cut apart. Defence is not great. But it's the front three. Salah last night, again, I can't fault him. Gets a goal, gets an assist. He is dragging this team. But it's the others. It's the Jotas. It's the Diaz's. It's the frigging Darwin Núñez's that are letting the team down by missing golden opportunities. Jota missed a couple of very good opportunities in front of goal last night. And then, ironically, the one that I think he would have taken was the one that Darwin Núñez had with an open goal from about 8 yards out. Jota probably would take that, but he'd already gone off to make way for Núñez, ironically. And even though a few weeks ago at Brentford, we were praising Núñez and thanking him for winning us that game, he proved he doesn't change. He doesn't change. And I would love to know if anyone is still defending and backing this guy, because I want to know why. I want to know why you are defending a player that is so inconsistent and so awkward in front of goal. I want to know why he has not learnt or improved in the one major area I would expect my record-breaking player, my record-breaking transfer of a player, my number 9, my main striker, to be scoring goals, to work on his composure in front of goal, to work on his clinical finishing. I would like to know why you are defending a player that has clearly not improved in those areas for the past 2 to 3 years. I just want to know why. Because the guy simply isn't good enough. I can't believe I actually wanted the guy to start last night. I just thought that with his energy and work rate, it would work better for him to start and for Jota to come off the bench. I can't believe I actually advocated for that. So that's bad on my part. What the hell was I thinking? But he missed a glorious opportunity last night. And if that goes in, I think we go on and see the game out, because we were so much better in the second half than we were in the first. I don't think the overall performance yesterday was terrible. I just think individual errors cost us. And of course, I'm not scapegoating, but the one major one was obviously the Darwin Núñez mistake. The Darwin Núñez miss. It's a brilliant pass through by Connor Bradley. Soboslai does really well and then just tees it up beautifully for Núñez. And unlike Salah in the first half, because it's pretty much a carbon copy of the goal, just on the opposite side, on the opposite foot, Núñez skies it. Núñez skies it. And it's a massive opportunity missed. It's a mistake. And it's reminding me so much of last season that Núñez missed a hatful of chances last season in crucial games that could have got us more points than what we actually did. Things could have worked out differently. But Núñez didn't step up when it mattered most. Jota last night had a stinker. Yes, he gets the assist for the first goal. He hits the crossbar. But he had one or two really good opportunities that he did not put away. And I'm really concerned now that we have got two strikers and a makeshift striker in Luis Diaz that are flopping in different ways. I said a few weeks ago we needed to give Jadon Danns the opportunities that the likes of Núñez were taking. Not going to happen now. But we needed to try something different. So now we have to play the rest of the season either with Luis Diaz as a makeshift striker, Darwin Núñez as a completely incompetent striker, or a striker in Diogo Jota who is so hit and miss, so on and off the boil, that I genuinely think all three of them are done in the summer. They are done. They are out the door. It's obvious that Slot doesn't really rate them long term. It's obvious that Slot doesn't really trust them. I hope Cody Gakpo gets back to us ASAP. And I genuinely would be considering throwing Chiesa up front. Because he can't be any worse than what Núñez is proving to be, what Jota's proven to be in recent weeks, and what Luis Diaz in the false nine has been. At least Chiesa has a bit more experience playing as a striker. Do something different, because none of those three are good enough, and none of those three are grasping any opportunity that's being given their way with both hands. They're all flopping in their own way. And I don't want us to have another season in which the latter part of the season is another flop. It is another case of we run out of gas, we run out of petrol, we run out of steam and energy, and we end up just limping across the finish line in second place. I really hope that is not the case. But last night was so reminiscent of that, and I'm a little bit worried. And the belief is a little bit draining from me. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't want this to seem over the top or, overreactionary. But like I say, we have not played particularly well in 2025. These performances have been not the best. There have been moments here and there. There's been halves here and there. Flashes here and there. Glimpses here and there. But nothing for the full 90. Not at least in the Premier League. Since the turn of 2025. And I'm a little worried. I am genuinely a little worried now. We move on to Manchester City on Sunday. Massive game. At the Etihad. We need to win that. We need to desperately win that game. We win that game, that is another statement of a victory. It puts pressure back on Arsenal a little bit. It obviously means that we've steadied the ship a little bit. It would be massive to get the victory over Man City on Sunday. However, we don't really have a great record at the Etihad. Our front line, with the exception of Mohamed Salah, is again flopping. we are conceding stupid opportunities and stupid goals on a regular basis. I'm not as confident as I was about a week or so ago. I'm really not. And I know that City have their problems as well. And we could cut through City just as easy as they could cut through us. It could be a madness of a game on Sunday. But in terms of maybe predicting a Liverpool win, given current form, given momentum, I'm not as confident as I was several days ago. I hope I'm proven wrong. I hope Arne Slot can steady the ship. Because he's not exactly blameless himself. The one thing I will criticise Arne Slot for last night was tweaking Trent's position and then bringing him off for Conor Bradley. Now, not a knock on Bradley, but just as obviously the tweaking position was starting to allow Trent a bit more time on the ball, bit more of an influence on the game, he takes him off. And I understand that that may be premeditated, but given the kind of form he was in, it made no sense to me that you wouldn't just tweak things a little bit to give him another 5, 10, 15 minutes. Because like I say, the Núñez chance came after that. We were on top of the game as Trent scored. And it was a very well taken goal, by the way. Brilliantly well taken goal. But he could have allowed him just to have that bit more of an influence on the game. Just see if we could get that extra goal that probably would have not just killed the game off, but would have obviously put us in a winning position. And then you threw on Bradley. It just didn't make sense to me. That's the only thing I will criticise Arne Slot for last night. But otherwise, he was let down by the players on the pitch last night. He was let down by the individual mistakes at the back. He was let down by the individual misses up front. Mo Salah's the exception because I don't think he could have done much more. He was still a creative influence. He still got a goal. He still got an assist. But he as well is being let down by his teammates that he's playing alongside. And to make matters worse, just back on Núñez, he misses a golden opportunity with an open goal and is seen laughing about it. Not about the misses specifically, but is just seen laughing with the Aston Villa goalkeeper Martinez at full time, while Salah is clearly distraught and disappointed. Get out of my club. Seriously. We've been through this last year. We went through this in your debut season, and I defended you a lot. But over the course of the past year, my defence of you has become harder and harder to present. And then you go and do that last night. Darwin Núñez, it's just not working out, bruh. Get out. But those are just the thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it, of this guy. I want to know what you guys think. What do you make of Darwin... No, I wouldn't say Darwin Núñez. What do you make of Liverpool drawing with Aston Villa last night? A Desmond 2-2 draw at Villa Park. I'd love to know your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it, about the result last night, about the performance as well. Get involved in the comments section. I'm sure what you have to say will make for great and interesting reading. Otherwise, hit the like button on the way up if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you are new and want to see more content like this. Both things will always and forever be greatly appreciated. And as always, thank you all so much for watching and listening. Thank you all for your continued or brand new support to the channel. It's very much appreciated. Will never be taken for granted. You guys are awesome. So thank you all so much for the support for both the channel and myself. Really do appreciate it. I've been Fletch. This has been another not-so-instant match reaction to Liverpool's 2-2 draw of Aston Villa last night. I will see and speak with you all again soon in another video or live stream or whatever it may be. Cheers, guys. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I'll speak to you all again very, very soon.